You know the words, you've practiced the grammar, you can even understand French movies and read French articles. But the moment someone speaks to you in French, your mind goes blank, your heart races, and you either freeze completely or blurt out, sorry, I don't speak French in English. Am I talking to you? I know because I was there. And this is just to say, if you've ever felt like a fraud because you can understand French but can't speak it confidently, if you've avoided French conversations because you are terrified of making mistakes, or if you think you need to be perfect before you can start speaking, this video will change everything. Here's the truth. Confidence isn't something you just magically get after years of study. It's a skill you can build systematically, and I'm going to show you exactly how. Today, I'm sharing my FORT method, and yes, FORT in French means strong, perfect for building unshakable confidence. This is the exact system that took me from hiding in French conversations to confidently speaking French in Senegal, even when I made mistakes. And guys, I made a ton of mistakes. This is part 5 of my real French fluency series. If you missed the previous videos where I taught you how to train your brain to think in French, my SMART method for practicing alone, how to avoid faux methods that don't work, and my VIT method for busy people, I'll link those below for you in the description box. But you can absolutely start here, okay? Let's dive into the FORT method that builds real confidence. Here's what nobody taught you about language learning. Your fear of speaking isn't a language problem. It's a confidence problem. Yes. You can study French for years, master every grammar rule, memorize thousands of words. But if you do not build speaking confidence, you will still freeze when it matters. Most French courses focus on teaching you French, but they never teach you how to be confident in French. And that's why you have students who can ace written exams but can't order coffee in Paris. The French learning industry has convinced you that confidence comes automatically after you know enough. That's a lie. Confidence comes from doing the thing you're afraid of systematically and repeatedly until it stops being scary. And so today, I'm going to teach you my FORT method, 4 strategies that build real confidence from the inside out. And so FORT stands for F, face your fears gradually. O, own your mistakes. R, reframe your mindset. T, take action daily. Please, before we go ahead, this video isn't about positive thinking or fake confidence. This video is about building real confidence through strategic action. And so method 1, the F in FORT stands for face your fears gradually. Most people try to jump from zero confidence to speaking with native speakers. That's like trying to deadlift 300 pounds on your first day at the gym. How? What I want you to do now is this, please. Just imagine a ladder with 7 rungs, okay? You start where you feel comfortable and climb 1 rung at a time. Let's start at level 1, the bottom rung. And this starts with you speaking to yourself. I want you to imagine something. Remember when you have a fight with someone and you go back home thinking, I should have said this instead of saying that. Oh my goodness, this would have been so different. Do you see? That's exactly what I want you to do. You're already having conversations with yourself. I should have told Jane this. No, actually, Diana said this. When I was there. You are having the conversation with yourself. Or let's say you're going to meet someone. You're already imagining how the conversation will be. Once I see this person, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell him all about my new hairstyle. I'm going to tell him about this. I'm going to say this. You're already imagining the conversation you guys are going to have. We do this naturally all the time in English. But now we're going to learn to do it in French. And so I want you to practice the conversations you want to have in real life. For example, ordering coffee. Bonjour, je voudrais un café s'il vous plaît. Or maybe you're asking for directions. Excusez-moi, où est la gare? Or let's say you're even introducing yourself. Bonjour, je m'appelle Smolua, je suis Nigérien, j'habite au Canada. You're introducing yourself. J'ai 10 ans. I'm not 10 years old, but you get what I mean. This builds on what I taught you in my SMART method video. The S is for speaking to yourself. So please note, just stay on level 1, remember the bottom rung, until you feel comfortable to move on to level 2. Remember, once again, we're looking at the ladder, and the bottom rung is what? The first level. Now let's go to level 2. You would record yourself, so you can have voice messages to yourself, okay? So I'm using my phone, you can see this. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Ça va bien, merci, et vous? Très bien aussi. Qu'est-ce que vous faites aujourd'hui? Let me play that back for you guys. So you can see this is literally me recording it here, right? Just imagine it's me, two conversations, or two people. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Ça va bien, merci et vous? Très bien aussi. Qu'est-ce que vous faites aujourd'hui? So you see, that's you literally recording yourself. And now only move to level 3 when level 2 feels easy. Please, it's your pace. Do not follow somebody else's pace. Level 1, level 2, okay? Level 3 is all about AI chatbot. And so here you can practice with ChatGPT or language learning app that lets you type in French. No judgment, infinite patience. Let me show you what I mean. So here I am with ChatGPT. You can see I even use the free version and I'm going to actually speak with it so you can see what I mean by practice with ChatGPT. Bonjour, s'il vous plaît, je voudrais pratiquer mon français avec vous. Dis-moi quand vous êtes prêt.
Bonjour, je suis prêt à pratiquer avec...
I've got poor connection, sorry. I couldn't continue, apologies, but you see what I mean? I literally spoke to it and it replied me. So you can continue that way. And now, level 4, anonymous online communities. You can comment in French learning Facebook groups, Reddit communities, or Discord servers. Real people, but low stakes. And now, level 5, voice chat with language partners. Apps like HelloTalk or Tandem helps you practice with other learners. And do not worry because they're nervous too. And now, level 6, video call with tutors. Platforms like italki have professional teachers who are actually used to beginners. And now, level 7, the top rung, real life conversations. French cafes, French meetups, or even travel to Francophone speaking countries. Please, like I said, do not skip any of the rungs. I would advise you to master each level before climbing higher. And so your homework for just this part is pick your current confidence level and practice there for about 1 to 2 weeks before moving up, okay? Now, the next method, O. And what do we say O stands for in Fort? It means own your mistakes. Here's the biggest confidence killer. Perfectionism. You think you need to speak perfect French before you speak any French. That's backwards. Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, I would advise you to see them as data. Every mistake teaches you something. So let's say you make a grammar mistake. Instead of freezing and immediately apologizing, you can just simply say something like, pardon, je veux dire. You see? That was you just quickly trying to salvage the situation. Simple and quick. Or let's say you even have vocabulary blanks. Instead of switching to English immediately, you can try and say, comment dit-on en français? Do you see? Or even if you make maybe a pronunciation error, instead of just getting embarrassed and just stopping trying, instead you can say slowly, pouvez-vous répéter s'il vous plaît? The more comfortable you get with making mistakes, the fewer mistakes you actually make. And this is because you're relaxed instead of tense. Let me tell you one of my most embarrassing mistake story. I still cringe each time I think about this. When my daughter was a bit younger and we were in Montpellier, my husband and I and my daughter, I wanted to I wanted to buy her, these food pouches that they normally have. And then I was trying to tell him that I do not want the food pouch that has a preservative, like has preservatives in them. I wanted it to be au naturel. And I kept saying, sans préservatif, sans préservatif. And he was looking at me like, what are you talking about? And I kept saying, he's like, ma'am, basically telling me that preservative means condom. Yes, I had absolutely no idea. And I wanted the ground to just open up nicely and I would just go in and it covers me. But he laughed, I laughed, of course, cringe, and we just had a conversation. That mistake taught me this. French people are generally patient and helpful. Laughing at mistakes breaks tension. Pronunciation matters, but context usually saves you. And please remember that one mistake doesn't ruin a conversation. I still bought what I wanted to buy. I paid, I laughed, I left, and now I remember. I will never make that mistake again. So please note, when you make a mistake, immediately think, great, now I know not to say that. I'm one mistake closer to fluency. Something a student of mine said she used to do, it could work for you, is she would practice making mistakes intentionally and then she would correct them. She told me that helped her to remove the fear of accidental mistakes. So that might work for you. Another thing a friend of mine told me, this is just a different friend, said she used to keep a list of mistakes that she made and she used to review them weekly to see patterns and improvement. Or you could even decide to celebrate mistakes with other French learners. Like you can share your funniest mistakes in online communities. I know one of my students did this like 3 weeks ago. I can't even share this online, but basically, yes, you can make your mistakes when you're in a safe space. Everybody will laugh and you move on. Life is not that hard. And here's the truth about native speakers. Even native French speakers make mistakes. Yeah. They use filler words like donc, alors, bref, en fait. They forget words and they restart sentences. Most times, perfect French doesn't exist in real conversations. I know how many times when I'm speaking English with my husband and I'm like, I forgot what I was saying. I'm saying that's like my filler word, just to fill it in. It doesn't mean I can't speak English. It just means I forgot the word I wanted to use at that moment. That's all. Are you feeling overwhelmed by all this confidence building advice? Please do not worry. I have created a comprehensive free PDF guide that breaks down the entire FORT method step by step, including confidence building exercises you can do daily, scripts for common situations, and a confidence tracking system. This isn't just theory, it's a practical toolkit that will help you build real French confidence systematically. All you need to do, as always, is input your name and email address in the link in the description box below, and today's free PDF guide will be sent directly to your inbox. Now, let's talk about the R in FORT. This means reframe your mindset. Your mindset determines your confidence level. I will take that again. Your mindset determines your confidence level. Change your thoughts, you change your speaking ability. Here is a limiting belief that you might have. I need to be perfect before I start speaking. And you can reframe it by saying, I speak to improve, not because I'm already perfect. Think about this. Think about how a baby learned to walk. The baby fell hundreds of times, right? But the baby didn't wait until she could walk perfectly before taking steps, right? So that's just the same thing. Another limiting belief, French people will judge me for my mistakes. You can reframe that by saying, most French people are impressed that I'm trying to learn their language. Let me ask you this. When foreigners speak broken English to you, do you judge them harshly? No. Usually you try to help them and you even appreciate their efforts. Limiting belief 3, I don't sound like a native speaker. You can reframe it to, I sound like someone learning French, and that's exactly what I am. The truth is, French people can tell you're learning. They don't expect you to sound native. They expect you to communicate. Simple. And number 4, I'll embarrass myself. Reframe that by saying, embarrassment is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Think about this. Think about the conversations you've avoided. Do you regret trying and making mistakes? Or do you regret not trying at all? So please stop thinking I'm someone who wants to learn French and start thinking I'm someone who speaks French and is getting better every day. Stop comparing yourself to native speakers. They've had 20 plus years of practice. Or even advanced learners, you do not know their journey. Or even the perfect French movie. That's scripted and edited, okay? Compare your French to your French from last month, your courage to try, and your willingness to make mistakes. I remember when I used to think I couldn't speak in French until I mastered the subjunctive mood. That kept me silent for so long. And then I had to reframe my mindset by saying, I can communicate in the French language right now with present tense, passé composé et aussi l'imparfait, and with gestures. The day I changed my mindset, I had my first real French conversation. It was messy, full of mistakes, and absolutely wonderful. And now let's take a look at the next method, the T in FORT. This is take action daily. Confidence isn't built through thinking, affirmations, or studying. It's built through doing. Let me tell you quickly about my daily confidence challenges. Like I said, all this is going to be in the free PDF, so you're okay. What you can do now is you can take a screenshot of what I'm going to show you, okay? It really, really helps. Week 1, internal confidence building. Day 1, have a 2-minute conversation with yourself in French. Day 2, record yourself introducing yourself in French. Day 3, describe your morning routine out loud in French. Day 4, practice ordering food in French to your mirror. Day 5, have an imaginary phone call in French. Day 6, narrate your cooking or cleaning in French. Do you remember my vite method? And day 7, review the week and celebrate your progress. Okay? Did you see that was for week 1? Let's look at week 2. Remember, I'm teaching you to take action daily, okay? Week 2 now. Week 2, digital confidence building. Day 1, type comments in French on YouTube videos. So like on this video right now, once you're done, reply or type a comment in French. Okay. Day 2, join a French learning Discord server and introduce yourself. Okay? So you can join my Telegram group. The link is below. Just join and introduce yourself in French. Day 3, post in a French learning Facebook or Telegram group, or even a WhatsApp group. Day 4, you can use Google Translate's conversation mode to practice. Day 5, comment on French Instagram posts, even if it's just c'est beau. Day 6, write a short diary entry in French. Day 7, share your progress with other learners. Do you see that I'm really going in depth for you on how to take action daily? So you have no excuse. You have everything you need to do each day. And now let's take a look at week 3. We've already gone through week 1, which is internal confidence building. Week 2 is now digital confidence building. Week 3 is low stakes human interaction. So day 1 of week 3, practice with ChatGPT, like I just showed you, or AI chatbots in French. Day 2, find a language exchange partner on HelloTalk or Tandem. Day 3, send voice messages to your language partner. Day 4, have a 1 to 5 minute text conversation in French. Day 5, try a 5-minute voice call in French. Day 6, join an online French conversation group. And day 7, plan your first real life French conversation. And finally, week 4, real world confidence. Day 1, say bonjour to a French speaker, even if the conversation continues in English. Day 2, ask one question in French, like directions or time, okay? Day 3, you can order something in French, maybe at a restaurant, at a cafe, at a shop. Day 4, have a 2-minute conversation in French. Day 5, you can attend a French meetup or language exchange meetup, okay? Day 6, practice French in a real situation, maybe when you're traveling, at work, on the train. And day 7, celebrate how far you have come, okay? And so you can even be accountable to yourself, so you can have daily check-ins. You can ask yourself, what French action did I take today? How did it feel? What did I learn? What will I try tomorrow? Okay, you are talking to yourself. And you can also have weekly reviews. So you can ask, what was my biggest win this week? What challenged me the most? How is my confidence changing? What do I want to focus on next week? You see, everything is coming together. So day 1, you might be terrified but excited. Day 7, you're still nervous, but you're getting proud. Day 14, you're like, wow, you're building momentum. Day 21 is a habits forming day. And day 30, your confidence is becoming more natural. The truth about confidence building, it's not linear. Some days you feel like a French speaking rock star, woohoo! Other days you feel like a complete beginner. Both are normal. And so you need to stop asking yourself, am I good enough to speak French? And start asking yourself, how can I communicate what I want to say with the French I know right now? And just before we wrap up today's fantastic lesson, I know somebody is going to ask out there in the comment section, what happens to when your confidence takes a hit? Because we're all different, right? The first thing I would say is return to basics. Go back to speaking with yourself for a few days. And then reframe the setback. Tell yourself this is data, not failure, okay? Also, remember your wins. So if you have a confidence journal, go back, read through it. I'm like, wow, I am that girl. And you can try again smaller, maybe lower the stakes for your next attempt. And finally, get support. Just connect with other French learners. You now have everything you need to build unshakable French confidence systematically. And as always, I'm a teacher, so I love giving homework. This week, choose your starting level on the confidence ladder and practice there daily. Next week, move up one level and practice your mistake-owning phrases. Week 3, begin the daily confidence challenges. And then week 4, you can plan your first real-world conversation. Please try not to skip the levels, please. Build confidence gradually and earn your way up to the ladder. Remember what I said earlier, I've created an incredibly detailed free PDF guide that includes the daily confidence challenges for 4 weeks, real conversation starters for different scenarios, and so much more. This isn't just theory, it's a complete confidence building system that takes you from French-speaking fear to French-speaking courage. So all you need to do is input your name and email address in the link in the description box below, and today's free PDF guide will be sent directly to your inbox. If this video gave you hope about building French confidence, please go ahead and like the video and let me know in the comment section below. What's your biggest fear about speaking French? And which 4th method are you going to try first? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because this is part 5 of my Real French Fluency series, and we have one final game-changing video coming up. Speaking of which, in my next and final video of this series, I'm going to show you how to sound more natural in French, even as a beginner. Because confidence gets you talking, but sounding natural gets you understood and keeps conversations flowing. Remember, confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to be imperfect in French. You've got this. The front method works. You just need to start building. Until I see you in my next video, bonne journée!